They hid in plain sight, charmed neighbors, evaded the police, and left behind crime scenes that froze entire communities in fear. From monsters who confessed to dozens of killings, to shadowy figures never caught at all, these are the most infamous serial killers in history, explained in detail. Ted Bundy, the charming monster. Bundy looked like the last person you'd suspect. Well-dressed, intelligent, even all-American. But behind the smile was a predator. Between 1974 and 1978, Bundy murdered at least 30 young women across multiple states. He lured victims by faking injuries, asking for help, and then overpowering them. Bundy twice escaped custody, once jumping from a courthouse window, another time slipping out of jail through a hole in the ceiling. His final spree in Florida ended in the Chi Omega sorority murders, shocking the nation. Executed in 1989, Bundy's story remains infamous because he blurred the line between charm and evil. Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee Cannibal. Active from 1978 to 1991, Dahmer murdered 17 men and boys, luring many back to his apartment. His crimes included dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. Police missed multiple chances to stop him, even returning a drugged victim to Dahmer after neighbors called for help. When caught, police discovered human remains in his refrigerator and barrels of acid in his apartment. Sentenced to life. Dahmer was murdered in prison in 1994. His case exposed horrifying questions about law enforcement negligence and how evil can hide in plain sight. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown Gacy, was known in his Chicago community as a contractor, a volunteer, and even a party clown named Pogo. But between 1972 and 1978, he murdered 33 young men and boys. He buried many beneath his house, a literal graveyard under his floorboards. It's double life. Family man by day, killer by night, made him one of the most chilling figures in U.S. history. Executed in 1994. Gacy's legacy proves that evil doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes it wears a clown costume. It's a Zodiac killer. The ghost who never left, late 1960s, Northern California. The Zodiac killer attacked couples, taunted police, and sent cryptic letters to newspapers. He claimed dozens of victims, though only 5 murders are officially linked. His ciphers, some still unsolved, mocked investigators, and promised further killings. Despite intense investigations, the Zodiac was never caught. His identity remains one of the greatest mysteries in American criminal history. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker in 1985, Los Angeles, lived in terror. Richard Ramirez broke into homes at night, murdering, assaulting, and stealing without pattern. Victims ranged from children to the elderly. His unpredictability made him unstoppable. Dubbed the Night Stalker, he left pentagrams at crime scenes and showed no remorse. Captured after citizens chased him down, Ramirez was sentenced to death. His chilling glare and courtroom outbursts cemented him as a face of evil in the 1980s. BTK Bind. Torture, kill, Dennis Rader. From 1974 to 1991, Dennis Rader tormented Wichita, Kansas, murdering 10 people. He mailed letters to police and media, bragging about his crimes under the nickname BTK. Then he vanished. Living quietly as a church leader and city compliance officer, in 2005, he was caught after slipping up with a computer disk traced back to him. Rader's ability to live a double life. Respected family man and sadistic killer. Horrified the world. Albert Fish, the Boogeyman operating in the early 1900s, Fish confessed to murdering multiple children. He was a sadist, cannibal, and self-proclaimed monster. In one of the most disturbing cases, he sent a letter to the family of victim Grace Budd, describing what he had done. Executed in 1936, Fish is remembered as one of the most twisted killers in American history. Andrei Chikatilo, the butcher of Rostov, Soviet Union. 1978 to 1990, Chikatilo murdered at least 52 women and children. Known for extreme brutality, he mutilated victims and often killed in public spaces like bus stations or forests. Soviet secrecy and denial slowed investigations for years. Innocent men were even executed before Chikatilo was caught. His capture in 1990 revealed a chilling truth. One man had outwitted an entire government. Pedro, the monster of the Andes. A Colombian serial killer confessed to killing over 300 girls across Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador in the 1970s. He lured victims with gifts and promises before strangling them. In Ecuador, he was convicted of killing 110 girls, though he was later released after serving just 14 years. His current whereabouts are unknown, making him one of the most dangerous men who may still be alive. Jack the Ripper. The original Mystery London, 1888. A series of brutal murders in Whitechapel shocked the world. The killer targeted women, mutilating them with surgical precision. Letters signed Jack the Ripper mocked police and spread terror. Despite hundreds of theories, his identity was never confirmed. The Ripper became the blueprint for every serial killer legend that followed. Ed Gein, the real-life horror movie villain, Wisconsin. The 1950s, Gein murdered at least 2 women, but his crimes went far beyond killing. Police found human remains in his farmhouse, furniture made from bones, masks stitched from skin. Gein inspired fictional killers like Norman Bates, Psycho, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Buffalo Bill, Silence of the Lambs. Though he killed fewer than others, his grotesque legacy haunts pop culture to this day. H. Holmes, America's first serial killer, late 1800s. Dr. Henry Howard. Holmes built his murder castle in Chicago. The building had secret passageways, soundproof rooms, and hidden chutes for disposing of bodies. Holmes lured victims during the Chicago World's Fair, murdering dozens, possibly hundreds. Executed in 1896, Holmes remains infamous as America's first major serial killer. From Bundy's charm to Dahmer's horror, from killers who taunted the police to those who were never caught, these serial murderers reveal the darkest corners of human nature. But here's the question. With new technology, DNA evidence, and global databases, will the next infamous serial killer ever get as far as these did? Or is one already out there waiting to be discovered?